How we doing? It's been a bit. Last time we left off, I was grinding Ceradomin. Unfortunately, I didn't get the pet. Ended up burning out a bit at around 2,700, well, exactly 2,700 KC. I have no doubts I'll be back, but for now, my time there is done. Since we last spoke, sailing's come out, and while I haven't got all the way up to 99 like many people have, I have been slowly grinding away at some of the collection logs. As we know, I enjoy going for them, so if I have a little scroll down here, you can see I'm currently working through the sea treasures, trying to get the dull knife and working on from there. As you all know, it's the start of 2026, so Happy New Year to all those who need to hear that. And in that time, I had to think about what I wanted to do with my account this year. So, to start it off, I have reset all my trackers. If we go over here, we can see that my loot is only the stuff I've done today. Kingdom, Bird's Nest, Barracuda. That's it. With a little bit of XP too. My goal this year is that I'm not... well, my plan this year is that I'm not going to reset these trackers at all. So that quarterly and annually I can update y'all and post on Twitter and such with where I'm at. As part of this, I set myself kind of a roadmap for what I want to achieve this year, as shown here. We've got a mixture of goals to achieve here. As you can see, the top row is what is likely. We've got 1,000 log slots to achieve, and that sounds like a lot to begin with, but we're already on 974. It's 26. That should just happen passively. Next is my base 95 skills. Now, this one seems a little further off when you've got sailing so low, but it is just sailing and runecraft, and as much as runecraft can demotivate me at times, I'm sure that in the course of a year I can get 2 levels at least. We shall have to see though. Next we've got 1.5xing my bank. I won't say the exact amount, but I will say that last year we did dip under 1 bill again, so it'd be nice to kind of get that back into what I'd say is the green, so I could do stuff with it. I had a bad habit last year of selling and buying items repeatedly, so that I could do whatever gear I felt like at the time in whatever the best gear for it was. The unfortunate fact of the matter is, though, is that's not good for your bank. Over the course of the year, with the email we received about what you've done in OSRS, I'd spent nearly 600 million on just tax alone in selling and buying stuff, which is kind of nutty to me. So, ever since then, so for the last about 3 months, I've not been buying and selling stuff, gear at least. I'll buy supplies, but once I've bought gear, I'm not selling it unless I get a direct upgrade. So, at the moment, in my bank, I have Bandos. I won't be selling that unless I ever get Torva or both play it, and then that won't be sold. That's the idea. So anyway, that's part of that. 299s. So if we go back over to my skilling tab, the only 2 gathering skills I have left really are fishing and mining. You could argue that sailing's gathering when you do it like this, but I'd say that it's more a mixed skill. I think that in this year, with a lot of just even downtime, I could easily get this, so that won't be a problem. Those are the ones that I've got no doubts I'm going to achieve. But the next ones are ones that I'm probably going to achieve. I'm liking going to do because I want to do them. And that'll be 1,000 hard clues. We're getting close there anyway. We've got about 200 left, which sounds like a lot, but when you do Slayer and bosses, you get there in no time, honestly. So that will be done. I want to green log Moons. Moons is a boss that, well, I'm a bit beyond the scope of the gear it's aiming at in terms of my account progression. It's a collection log that, while adding to my collection log total, will be somewhat easier to get with its dupe protection mechanics, where the average is between 200 and 300 if I'm remembering rightly, which is pretty nice. Last but not least, on the middle level, I'd like to get a pet. I know that one thing I tend to get distracted with, and one of the reasons my account still isn't maxed all these years later, is because I like killing bosses. I like getting pets. I'm 2,000 kills in Venenatis, for example. As you saw in the image there, 1,003 on Baron. It's not like I'm, dry on any... well, not dry on Baron, technically dry now on Venenatis. It's not like I'm majorly dry or majorly due any pets. I think overall on the account I'm probably in the green for time spent on pets. But I'd still like one more, and Baron's the one I'd prefer. Now, we've got one more tier here called the Not Likely tier. I put this here as more of a... it's very unlikely I'll find the motivation to do these things. There are things in the game that I enjoy doing more than others. I like doing Vorkath for 10 kills a day to earn me a bit of money to put towards supplies. I like killing Vardorvis despite the fact that I've got it green logged just because I think it's a really fun fight. And more Executioner's Axe heads would be useful for the future, and getting more money that way. So doing these is part of the I'm not looking to do it, and it's very unlikely that I will. So, 3rd age, I grinded loads of hard clues in the past, and I did get 3rd age. I got the ranged cloak. I have had a few pieces of gilded, but unless I get it just passively when I'm doing clues, then it's not going to happen. I also did a thing last year that I didn't end up posting where I saved up 50 master caskets and opened them. Unfortunately, I got very little from them. The only interesting thing I got was 2 pairs of samurai gloves within the same clue. So you can imagine that demotivated me from stacking caskets, really. So anything like that is not going to be happening for a while, which puts 3rd age out. As for Zuck and Sol, out of all the unlikelies, this is probably the second most likely of the not likelies, where I might try one of these eventually, possibly Zuck. But I'll be honest, I've got a lot of mini goals that I want to work on, and I know that when you're learning new bosses, especially those 2 endgame bosses, they can just drain a lot of supplies and time, which are things I want to spend elsewhere. Next is Tobby's, or Theatre of Blood. I have tried Theatre of Blood when I was doing Gridmaster, and Gridmaster I could speed through it, even hard mode, it wasn't a problem. However, I find that in main game, it's just not fun for me, and even the entry modes felt kind of even if the people I was with were lovely. And also, just doing Tob, it's kind of in a weird spot right now, where the only reason to do it is for, like, you know, collection logs, obviously. But the site's like the only reason, and I don't want to be camping a raid just to hunt for a mega rare. Could I get spooned and get a scythe early? Sure. I could say the same for T-Bow, or the same for Shadow, and I'd rather do those raids. Last but not least, on the not likely, is maxing. Now, you may look at my levels and think, wow, you're not that far off. And numerically, you're probably right. I've got a couple of long ones left. I've got Agility, Runecraft, Mining arguably. But the skills I have left are ones that I don't particularly enjoy. Thieving I could bump out in like 3 weeks because of how fast the XP rates are. Again, I don't necessarily enjoy doing that. I don't enjoy clicking in the same spot for hours on end, or running around, or, well, none of the thieving methods engage me. Like, the most I do is maybe I'll do half an hour to an hour of blood thieving in hopes of getting a double blood charge for some money. And then I kind of drop it. Or maybe I'll spend a half an hour at Hardy Nights because I don't fail it anymore. But even then, I don't want to be clicking over and over, so... Hunter, admittedly, used to be my least favourite skill. It's a lot better with Rumors. I would still not call it great, but I definitely think it's doable now. This would be doable. Runecraft and Mining. Again, Mining I'm still going to push, because, you know, end of year, 99 goal. But Runecraft is a grind that, even though I'm over halfway now, I still know I would struggle to push myself to really complete. Sailing, I don't know. I've been enjoying it so far, but I also know that I hit the final trial, the glide, whatever it is, Glossy Glide, Elven Glide, whatever it's called. Let me have a look. Is it in here? I think it might be. Give me a second. I'm silly. Image now. I haven't done the... Is it Ocean Counter Sea Treasures? Well, I'm not sure where it is exactly, but I haven't managed to... Oh, Barracuda Trials, there we go. I haven't managed to do the time on the last one. I'm probably going to wait till I've got all the salvages done. I'll probably have more XP by then, and I can, obviously, from there, upgrade my ship, which should make it a little bit easier. We'll see. But it's not something that I want to spend loads of hours doing gliding just to get 99. I know it's pretty good rates. What I might end up doing, as part of my ever-growing collection log and pet grind thing, is doing bounty tasks for like the Krakens and Sharks, so I can get all the drops there. And also doing the port tasks, so I've got a higher chance at pet. Again, we shall see. Overall, this year has a lot of goals I want to achieve. Outside of the game, I'm looking to get into work, or potentially streaming again, we'll see. See what I can do in the meantime. I've got plans with IRL people, partners, friends, etc. to, you know, challenge myself and push myself further. And I just want to overall spend a bit more time away from the computer, while also still not leaving the place that I find safe and fun. my games and my friends. Overall, it's going to be an interesting year with many goals and many challenges that I'm sure are bound to come up. But as with last year, we'll get through it, and hopefully we'll end up better off for it. Anyway, for everyone who tuned in today, thank you for watching. If you want to see how it comes along throughout the year, please feel free to like and subscribe below. If you do, it means a lot to me, and also that if I'm not posting as regularly, if you're subscribed, you're more likely to see when I do eventually manage to get around to posting again. I know most people work off suggestions nowadays, and if you're here from there, hi, hope you're well. And if you're subscribed and someone hasn't posted in a while, I tend to notice they come up in the notifications or the front page more. So, anyway, enough about that. Don't want to chill too hard. You'll have a lovely day and a lovely 2026, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye now.